If you want to start making money online and charging for your knowledge, where do you even start? The fake gurus will tell you you need a fancy website and complicated funnels and a polished brand and a dozen different tools to monetize your knowledge. But that's not true at all. All you need is a simple offer, a way to book meetings, and a way to get paid. And the fact that you clicked on this video means you're in the YouTube sphere of making money online and building modern freedom. So let me be the first to tell you, you don't need complicated funnels, you don't need a big brand, and you definitely don't need to be a thought leader with millions of followers. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact steps that I took when I launched my consulting business using free tools, simple workflows, and no unnecessary tech. And the secret that no one tells you is don't overcomplicate things. And at the end of the video, I'll share a couple tips on how you can get your first 5 clients. Most people get this wrong, so let's go over this first. What exactly counts as a consulting service? As a creative person, there are probably 10 to 20 different revenue streams you can tap into, and consulting and offering advice is just one of them. So what do I mean by that? You can literally take anything that you're good at, package it up as a service, and build a consulting or coaching program around it. And there are 2 buckets of skills that I want you to think through here. The first bucket are professional services, things like designing high-converting websites, editing engaging videos, or maybe designing logos and brands. And then there are personal services, things like how to make the best sourdough bread, or what's the best way to organize a home office, or how to bulk meal plan every week so you can save time, money, and stress. I could make a dedicated video on the strategies of coming up with what you want to offer as a service, but in short, anything that people routinely talk to you about, or any topic that you could speak about for hours on end, could be packaged up into a consulting service. And you can do all of this without a fancy or complicated website. I still use Notion to this day, and we'll get into that a little bit next. A website can come later as you scale, but this video is about how you can start making money right now. So once you have your offer established, the next is building a 1-page offer sheet. And here's where things get real and you start looking like a professional. An offer page is a simple link that you can send to anyone that's interested in working with you. A simple page that clearly explains the problem that you solve, what's included when they work with you, and how they can get started. You can of course add pictures or videos or a client testimonial, but the point is to keep this simple and use this template as a baseline. You can get this for free, and I'll leave a link in the description. This is built with Notion. You can duplicate this by just clicking the top button if you have a free account. And it's called a 1-pager for a reason. The goal is not to overwhelm your potential client with 1,000 different words of sales copy. This is a quick link that you can share with someone who's interested. So now that you have your offer page, how exactly do people go about booking sessions with you? Well, that brings us to a service called TidyCal. Now I will be fully transparent and say that the only person sponsoring this video is me. I make all my own content, and I just like making videos on YouTube that genuinely help people. And TidyCal is a tool that I've used for a few years, so I knew I had to share with you too. Everything is customizable in the back end. You can choose specific dates and times. There's conditional logic on how many meetings can be booked a day and what kind of buffer in between different time slots. This syncs perfectly with Google Calendar, so you and your client are both matched up for when you gotta meet. You can even have the option to book multiple sessions if you have an ongoing program that you're running people through. There is a forever free version, which I highly recommend using. You get most of the customized features, but if you pay for it, there's a bunch of features, but notably one of them is integrated booking options. So this means that TidyCal will sync directly with PayPal or Stripe, so people can book a meeting with you and pay all at the same time. And I know what you're probably thinking, not another subscription service, believe me, but for 40 Canadian dollars, you can buy this outright and get all of the pro features for one price forever. If you're booking more than a couple meetings a month, I think it's definitely worth looking into because some of the additional features are just going to save you a bunch of little minutes here and there of administration work. But whether you buy TidyCal or use the free version, you are still going to need a payment processor. Now, this brings us to Stripe or PayPal. I've used both. I still kind of use both depending on who I'm working with. Stripe is a bit more built out where you can make your own products and packages in the back end and then send people payment links. PayPal works very similarly, but it's just not as robust, and you more or less just send people a link to how much they owe you. Admittedly, both have their strengths and weaknesses, but they're both free. They just take a tiny commission based off of whatever you're billing to your client. You can technically send invoices with Google Docs and collect payment with email money transfer. That just becomes a little bit more complicated when you're working with business clients that need professional invoices and tracking for their tax systems. But by now you're probably thinking, Derek, all of this sounds really great, but how do I actually get clients to go and now book consulting sessions with me? And let me tell you, it's way easier than you think, and I call it the network effect. In any business, you should always keep a hot list of potential clients. Now, I'm willing to bet that you probably know 10 to 50 people that could use some of your advice or knowledge that you have to offer. These could be coworkers, people from church, school group, neighbors, quite literally anyone. The theme, as you may have caught on by now, is don't overcomplicate and don't overthink. If Sally at work is always talking to you about how good your sourdough bread is, they would probably be super excited to get some hands-on help. I'm just using sourdough bread as an example, but the worst case scenario is that they might not be interested. But they might have a neighbor down the street that always burns their sourdough bread, or it turns out as hard as a rock, and they might refer you to them so that you can help them out. There's no money on ads, there's no advanced SEO, there's no cringy TikTok videos. Well, not yet at least. Take it from me, there are thousands of digital marketing and sales strategies that all deserve their own video. But the first step is just telling people what you offer and that you do one-on-one coaching. And if you're genuinely good at what you do, believe me, you will have a wait list of people that want to talk to you so you can help them do it too. You can be your own walking billboard without being salesy. So here's your homework, okay? I want you to think about your skills and identify the ways you think you can help people. Then I want you to download my Notion template and clearly describe what you do, what your client gets, and how they can do business with you. Next, I need you to set up a meeting page with TidyCal and then configure your payment processor, whether that's Stripe or PayPal. And lastly, you need to start telling your immediate network what you do so you can start building a potential client list. See, I offer consulting in a few different areas of focus. And one of those areas is helping creative people establish their offer so they can start monetizing their passions, their hobbies, and their skills right away. So get me on a call if you want to fast track this process, because take it from me, you don't want to waste weeks or months spinning your wheels with no progress when you could have been spending that time making real cash. I'll leave a link for that below if you're interested. The next video I'm working on is all about launching your first digital product, so definitely subscribe so you get notified when that one comes out. Please watch for deer, they are all over the road this time of year. Make sure you text me when you get home. Derek out.